Hello, good morning dear students. Welcome to Interactive Virtual Class Nagaland once again. So students, we will begin with today's class. So let us see. So here we see a mother and a daughter. Yes, here the mother is asking her daughter, Maina, okay. Maina, could you please hurry and get a matchbox from Shetty uncle's shop? Okay. Then Maina replied her mother, okay. Why do you need a matchbox, mom? Right? Then the mother replied, I need to cook, but the lighter is not working. So I need a matchbox to light the stove. Okay? Then Maina replied, oh, you need to light the stove. That's it, right? Okay? Then Maina went out and came back with two pieces of stone. Okay? Maina went out and brought two pieces of stone. Then, okay, her mother asked her, Maina, what are these for? Okay, I asked you to bring a matchbox. Then Maina replied, Mom, I learned in my class that we can create fire by striking two stones. Okay, then Maina recalled, okay, what she learned in class. Okay, here we see a man making fire by striking two stones. So Maina recall, okay, what she have learned from the class. Then Maina told her mother, our ancestors used to produce fire like that to cook their food, okay, to keep themselves warm and to scare away the wild animals. Okay, so this is what Maina have learned, okay, from the class. Then Maina told her mother, even you can light the stove with that like that only. Okay, see, I saved your 10 rupees. Then the mother replied, we can't light gas stove with this, Maina. It is not safe. Okay, now just rush to shop and get me a matchbox. Then here we see Maina wondering how having fire from stones can be unsafe. While mother never allows me to play with fire, I need to understand about it properly. Okay, so along with Maina, we will learn about it today. Okay, so here we see burning of firewood. Yes, students. So in today's class, we will begin with this chapter. Okay, we will be revising on this chapter, that is combustion and flame. So let us see. So here we see burning of firewood. Yes, students. So this is burning of wood. The next example we see here is candle burning. We see a candle burning. Yeah, so this is burning of candle. The next example is, here we see a lantern. Yes, burning of kerosene in lantern. The next we have is burning of LPG. Yes, students, when this lady lighted this gas stove, it starts burning. Here LPG is burning, so burning of LPG. The next we have is, okay, we see boys burning crackers, firecrackers. Yes, students. So here we see the boys playing with firecrackers. So this is burning of crackers. The next we have is charcoal. We see burning of charcoal. Yes, students. Then the next we see here is, we see that a car is on fire. Yes, students. So in this case, there is burning of petrol, paint, etc. in a car fire. So we see different substance burning here. Yes, students. So these are examples of burning of substances. So in scientific terms, okay, burning of substances is called combustion. Okay, so combustion simply means burning. Okay, simply means burning or fire. So what is combustion? Let us see the definition. So combustion, A chemical process, okay, a chemical process in which a combustible substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. It is a chemical process, okay, in which combustible substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat. So let us see, okay, this is what combustion is. So combustion, in simple terms, it is burning or fire. We can define combustion as a chemical process in which a combustible substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat, okay, to give off heat. So it is a chemical process. Now let us see the essential components of combustion. Okay, what are the essential components of combustion? So to understand this, we will take a candle, okay, light a candle and place it on a table, okay, in a stable position. Then take a glass cup and cover the candle as shown here. Now you will see that the candle continued to burn for some time, but after some time it stops burning. Yes, it stops burning on its own. So why is that so? Yes, students, it is because the first point, okay, that is air is essential for combustion. So the first essential components of combustion is air. At first the candle will be burning. Yes, when we cover it with glass cup, okay, it continues to burn for some time because there are some oxygen present inside it. But once this oxygen gets burned off, the candle also stops burning. Okay, it is because there's no more air. Okay, so the first essential components of combustion is air. Okay, think, okay, here we see, okay, a man selling maize on the roadside. Now he is using this fan, okay, so that this charcoal will continue to keep burning. Yes. In the second case here also we see a tailor using a fan to keep this charcoal burning so that he can use his iron to iron the clothes. Yes, students. Here we see a woman cooking. Now she's using this pipe, okay, to keep the fire burning. So we have seen these three examples. Yes, students. So what is the role of fan and pipe here? Here we see the men are using this fan to keep the charcoal burning. Here we see a lady using this pipe to keep the fire burning. So what is the role of fan and pipe here? Yes, students, you are correct. The role of fan and pipe here is to supply air, okay, to supply air so that this charcoal or this charcoal will continue burning, because air is essential for combustion. Okay, all right, students, we have the first question for today. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, dash is necessary for combustion. Okay, we have four options. I'm giving you 15 seconds to respond to this question. Your time starts now. Dash is necessary for combustion. Option A, water. Option B, wind. Option C, air. Option D, none of this. So which of the following option is the correct answer? Alright, students, your time is up, and yes, good. The correct answer for this question is option C, that is air. Okay, air is necessary for combustion. Alright, students, let us see, okay, the next essential components of combustion. So here we see, okay, we have three incense, right? And we see that this girl lighted a matchstick and brought near this incense. Then it starts burning. But what about these two? Are they burning? No, right? This girl, she brought this lighted matchstick near this incense only. So only this incense starts burning. So in these two cases, it is not burning. But why? Okay, it is because heat is essential for combustion. So this is the essential components. Okay, the first is air, the second is heat. So unless we supply heat, this incense will not start burning. Yes, let us see. Here we see pepper burning. Yes, students. After it burns, it turns to ashes. Yes, students. The next we see here is cloth. Okay, take a piece of cloth, bring lighted matchstick near it, and it starts burning. Yes, students. The next example is firewood. Here we see wood burning. So we have here three examples. Yes, students. We have seen pepper burning, we have seen cloth burning, and we have seen wood burning. Now if you have observed carefully, okay, you see that this different substance, okay, the different substances catches fire at different temperature. Pepper burn faster, it catches fire more easily than cloth, and it takes more time for the wood to start burning comparing to pepper and cloth. Okay, so different substance catches fire at different temperature. Now this temperature ignition, what is ignition temperature? Let us see. Okay, so ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. So unless the substance attain this ignition temperature, it will not start burning. So in the previous examples we have seen pepper, cloth, and wood. Pepper, it catches fire more easily because the ignition temperature of pepper is low. Alright, the pepper starts burning once it attains its ignition temperature. It starts burning, it catches fire easily. It is because it has low ignition temperature. But for the wood to start burning, you must have observed in your own kitchen as well, at home. For the wood to start burning, we need to heat it up for some time. Yes, it will start burning only after it attains its ignition temperature. Okay, so ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. And that is why you will see that some substance catches fire more easily than other substances. So let us see here. Okay, let us do an activity. So take a piece of pepper. Okay, take a piece of pepper and cut it into half. Okay, fold it into half, then cut it using scissor. Now we have two pieces of pepper now. Take each piece of pepper and make it into a pepper cup. Now bring the pepper cup, okay, near the lighted candle. So what will happen to this pepper cup? This pepper cup is empty. So it catches fire easily, it starts burning. Yes, students, the empty pepper cup catches fire easily and it starts burning. Now take the other pepper cup, fill it with water, okay, fill it with water and bring it near the lighted candle. Now let's see what happens. Is the pepper burning in this case? No, right? So what happens to the pepper cup with the water? It did not catch fire. Yes, students, so why is this so? We have discussed that heat is essential for combustion, right? Now, this pepper has to attain ignition temperature to start burning. But because of the water, okay, it cannot attain the ignition temperature easily. Okay, the ignition temperature easily. So that is why the pepper here in this case is not burning. So if we continue heating in the pepper cup, okay, water will start boiling. The pepper will not burn, but water will start boiling. Okay, so here we see that in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of pepper is not reached. Okay, and that is why this pepper cup, which is filled with water, does not catch fire. So temperature above the ignition temperature is essential for combustion. So when you supply heat, okay, the object or the substance must attain its ignition temperature or above the ignition temperature for combustion to take place. So this is the second components of essential components of combustion, that is heat. Okay. Alright students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, the dash temperature at which substances catches fire is called ignition temperature. So we have four options. I'm giving you 15 seconds to respond to this question. Your time starts now. Option A is lowest, option B is highest, option C is medium, and option D is none of these. So the dash temperature at which substances catches fire is called ignition temperature. So which of the following option is the correct answer? Alright students, your time is up, and yes, good. The correct answer for this question is option A, that is lowest. We have just discussed about it, right? So the lowest temperature at which substances catches fire is called ignition temperature. So option A is the correct answer. Alright students, more to know, okay, essential components of combustion. So here ignition temperature of few substances. Let us see. So we have substances and we have ignition temperature. So the ignition temperature of kerosene is 220 degrees Celsius. Ignition temperature of diesel is 256 degrees Celsius. Ignition temperature of petrol is 246 to 280 degrees Celsius. Ignition temperature of magnesium is 473 degrees Celsius. And ignition temperature of match head is 80 degrees Celsius. So here we have some examples, okay, of ignition temperature of some few substances. Now we see that the ignition temperature of match head is low as compared to others, and that is why this match head, okay, it catches fire easily because the ignition temperature is low, okay. Now here we see, okay, a lady using kerosene to start the fire. Yes students, so she poured small amount of kerosene into this firewood and bring a lighted matchstick near it. It catches fire easily. It starts burning instantly. Yes students, now think, okay, why do we use kerosene to start wood fire? Now if you remember, the ignition temperature of kerosene is 220 degrees Celsius. It is quite high. Yes students, but why do we use kerosene to start fire? Though kerosene has high ignition temperature, it catches fire easily. But why? Okay, we have seen that the ignition temperature of kerosene is high, but it still catches fire easily. So why is that so? It is because kerosene, it vaporizes easily. Okay, it vaporizes around 37 degrees Celsius to 65 degrees Celsius, and these vapors of kerosene catches fire easily. Okay, and that is why although the ignition temperature of kerosene is high, because it vaporizes at low temperature, that is 37 degrees Celsius to 65 degrees Celsius, this vapor catches fire easily, and that is why we use kerosene to start fire. Alright. Now, non-combustible substance. Let us see some examples. So we have stone, then we have glass piece, then we have iron nail, then we have chalk piece. So these are some of the examples of non-combustible substance. So what are non-combustible substances? Non-combustible substances are those substances which does not catch fire, okay, which does not burn, okay. So we have some examples here. The next is combustible substance. So some examples include pepper, then we have wood, then we have kerosene, then we have cloth. So these are some of the examples of combustible substances. So what are combustible substances? Combustible substances are those substances which catches fire, okay, which burns. Okay, so we have some examples here. So the next essential components for combustion is combustible substance, okay, and it is also called as fuel. Now just imagine students, we have heat and we have oxygen, but if there is no combustible substance, combustion cannot take place. So the next essential component of combustion is combustible substance. It is also called as fuel. Alright. Alright students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, which of the following is not a combustible substance? We have four options: camphor, glass, straw, and alcohol. I'm giving you 15 seconds to respond to this question. Your time starts now. Which of the following is not a combustible substance? Camphor, glass, straw, alcohol. Yes, students. Alright, students, your time is up. Now we have seen that camphor is combustible substance, straw is also combustible substance, alcohol is also a combustible substance. So the correct answer for this question is option B, that is glass. Glass is not a combustible substance. Alright, students, so here we see burning of firewood. Even if there is oxygen, okay, even if there is air, and even if there is heat, if there is no firewood, okay, then combustion cannot take place. Similarly here, if there is no charcoal, combustion cannot take place. Okay, so summary, let us see the essential components of combustion. The first is fuel, okay, or a combustible material. The second is heat. Heat is required to raise the temperature of the substance equal or above the ignition temperature. The next essential components of combustion is air. Oxygen as supporter of combustion. So these are the three essential components of combustion. Next, inflammable substances. So what are inflammable substances? The substance which has very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Remember this, okay? The substance which has very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Examples of inflammable substances includes petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, etc. So here we see again firewood burning. Yes. So what is the products, or what are the products of combustion? It produces carbon dioxide and it produces flame. In flame it also has both heat and light. Okay. Then we have these ashes, right? So these are some of the products of combustion. We have carbon dioxide, we have flame which gives heat and light, and the ashes of the wood. Alright students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, the necessary requirement of combustion are option A, presence of combustible substance, option B, attainment of ignition temperature, option C, proper supply of air to provide oxygen, option D, all of this. So which of the following option is the correct answer? I'm giving you 30 seconds to respond to this question. Your time starts now. The necessary requirement of combustion are option A is presence of combustible substance, option B is attainment of ignition temperature, option C is proper supply of air to provide oxygen, option D is all of this. So which of the following option is the correct answer? Alright students, your time is up, and yes, very good. The correct answer for this question is option D, that is all of this. All these three are necessary requirement for combustion. Combustible substance, then we have attainment of ignition temperature, then proper supply of air. Okay, so all of this, that is option D, is the correct answer. So here we have seen the products of combustion: carbon dioxide, then heat and light. Okay, so here light is also given off during combustion, either as a flame or as a glow. Okay, either as a flame or as a glow. So these are the products of combustion. Alright students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, inflammable substances have dash ignition temperature and can catch fire easily. So which of the following option is the correct answer? We have four options. Option A is low, option B is high, option C is medium, and option D is neutral. So which of the following option is the correct answer? I'm giving you 15 seconds for this question. Students, your time starts now. Inflammable substances have dash ignition temperature and can catch fire easily. Yes, students. Alright, students, your time is up, and yes, good. The correct answer for this question is option A, that is low. Okay, inflammable substances have low ignition temperature and can catch fire easily. Now remember, students, okay, if the substance have low ignition temperature, then it can catch fire easily, but if it has high ignition temperature, then it will not catch fire easily. Okay, alright, students, let us proceed. So here we have fire triangle. Okay, the essential components of combustion can be represented in the form of fire triangle. So the fire, we have a triangle here. On one side we have oxygen, on other side we have fuel, and on the other side we have heat. So these are the three essential components of combustion. Suppose we have heat and we have fuel, but if there is no oxygen, then combustion cannot take place. Okay, even though we have heat and fuel, if there is no oxygen, combustion cannot take place. Similarly, we may have oxygen and fuel, but if there is no heat, okay, if there is no heat, even though we have oxygen and fuel, then combustion cannot take place. Then we may have heat and oxygen. Okay, we may have heat and oxygen, but if there is no fuel, then combustion cannot take place. So there is three essential components of combustion, that is oxygen or air, heat, and fuel or combustible substance. These are the three essential components for combustion. And if either one of these is missing, then combustion cannot take place. So we have here the three essential components of combustion is represented in the form of fire triangle. So these are the essential components of combustion. Now let us quickly recall what is combustion. So combustion, okay, a chemical process in which a combustible substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. The next we have is inflammable substances. So what are inflammable substances? Students, can you recall? Yes, the substances or the substance which has very low ignition temperature and can catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Example includes petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG in short. Okay. Now, what do we see here, students? We see the sun. Yes, so more to know. The sun produces its own heat and light. Do you agree? Yes, right? We also get light and heat from the sun. Now we have also seen that the products of combustion is carbon dioxide, heat and light. So our question is it also some kind of combustion? Is there combustion taking place in the sun? Yes, students? In the sun, heat and light are produced by nuclear reactions and not combustion. Okay, so in the sun, heat and light are produced by nuclear reaction. It is not by combustion. Alright, students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, like fuel, the sun also provides heat and light. The process taking place in the sun is called option A, combustion, option B, nuclear process, option C, burning, and option D, all of this. So I'm giving you 15 seconds to respond to this question. Your time starts now. Like the fuel, the sun also provides heat and light. The process taking place in the sun is called which of the following? Combustion, nuclear process, burning, all of this. Alright, students, yes, very good. We have just seen that in the sun, okay, the heat and light are produced not because of combustion but because of nuclear reactions. So nuclear reactions are nuclear process. So the correct answer for this question is Option B, that is nuclear process. Okay. Alright students, so in today's class we have discussed about combustion. So what is combustion? Combustion in simple terms, it means burning or fire. Okay. We have defined combustion as a chemical process in which a combustible substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat. So that is the definition of combustion. We have discussed about the essential components of combustion. The first is air or oxygen. So air is essential for combustion. The second is heat. Heat is essential for combustion. Why? Because the substance will not burn unless ignition temperature is attained. And to attain this ignition temperature, to reach this ignition temperature, heat is essential. Now what is ignition temperature? Ignition temperature is the lowest temperature at which the substance catches fire. We have also seen the ignition temperature of some substances. Yes, students. The third essential components of combustion is fuel or combustible substance. Okay, fuel or combustible substance. So these are the three essential components of combustion. Now we have also discussed about why we use kerosene, okay, to start wood fire, although it has high ignition temperature. So kerosene, it vaporizes at low temperature like 37 degrees Celsius to 65 degrees Celsius. Okay, so when it vaporizes at low temperature, and this vapor of kerosene, it catches fire easily, and that is why we use kerosene to start wood fire. Then we have discussed about non-combustible substance. Right, non-combustible substance, some of the examples include stone, glass, iron, nail, etc. We have also discussed about combustible substance. Okay, some examples of combustible substance include pepper, alcohol, wood, cloth, etc. Okay, we have also discussed about inflammable substances. So what are inflammable substances? Inflammable substances are those substances which has very low ignition temperature and can catch fire with a flame. Okay, with a flame. So such substances are known as inflammable substances. Examples include petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, and etc. Okay, there are some more examples which you can add on your own. So we have discussed about the fire triangle. Yes, the essential components of combustion can be represented in the form of a triangle. So we have triangle, which is known as fire triangle. We have oxygen on this side, we have heat, and we have fuel. So we have seen that if either one of this is missing, then combustion cannot take place. Heat and fuel may be present, but if there is no oxygen, combustion cannot take place. This oxygen and fuel may be present, but if there is no heat, combustion cannot take place. Oxygen and heat can be present, but if there is no fuel, then combustion cannot take place. So these are the essential components of combustion, and it is represented in the form of fire triangle. So students, I hope you are clear with what we have discussed today. Yes students, so this leads us to the last question for today. Please get your rough devices ready and respond to this question. Okay. So how do you feel about today's class? I'm giving you 25 seconds for this question. Your time starts now. Yes students, how do you feel about today's class? Kindly give your feedback about today's class. We have 4 options: happy, quite good, satisfactory, or confused. Yes students, so how do you feel about today's class? Alright students, your time is up. Thank you for your response and thank you for joining today's class. I will see you again in our next class. Till then, take care everyone and have a nice day.